So, good afternoon. Happy Monday, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, whatever it is you are doing. And we've got quite a bit of content coming up today. I'm going to drop a Premier League video. I'll be dropping that in about 45 minutes from now, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one. And later on tonight, it'll be about 6:30. I'll be doing my next live stream, and then I'll be streaming again at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a members stream. So if you're a level 2 or level 3 member, come join in on that. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday, there's some championship playoff games. So I'll be doing live watch-alongs for both of them. One on Wednesday, one on Thursday. And then obviously later in the week, on Saturday, we've got the FA Cup final, which is now massive for us because after such a rubbish season, it's now make or break with that, isn't it, really? It's funny how things work out, isn't it, really? You know, the top four is a bigger trophy than the FA Cup. Now the FA Cup's the be-all and end-all. It's funny how things go, isn't it? And this is exactly why I don't sit and slag off the likes of United, Chelsea, and other teams that are above us, because eventually it does come back to bite you. And you look stupid, don't you, really, when that happens, which is why I always sit here and say, do you know what? When Arsenal sit top of the Premier League, then I'll have a bit of a pop and a bit of a Mickey take out of the other team. So well done to United. They were below us when we sacked Emery. Tottenham finished 6th. I see everyone laughing at that one. Beating Sheffield United isn't for everyone. Well, neither's getting into the Champions League. I wonder whether Arsenal have tweeted that one out today. But at the end of the day, let's not all sit here and pretend that if we had finished 6th or 3rd, that we wouldn't all be laughing and joking and winding up everybody else. So Jose, the washed-up manager who was below us when he took over, has ended up finishing above us despite being below us about 2 weeks ago when we played him. Funny old game, football. That's why I keep that zipped on other teams. But there we go. Anyway, do smash the likes up, and we'll get into some player ratings. We're going to start with Martinez, obviously, the goalkeeper. Made some wicked saves yesterday. Some really, really good saves. And the save from Danny Welbeck, I can't believe I'm saying this. The save from Danny Welbeck was absolutely top class, wasn't it? The little back heel that he done. And on another day against another keeper, Welbeck might have scored that. And weren't it traditional, typical Arsenal to go and let Danny Welbeck actually score a goal? So, yeah. It just kind of summed it all up for me. Danny Welbeck, Jesus Christ. But Martinez, I thought, made some very good saves. One from Torreira in the first half. The one from Welbeck, I thought his kicking was all right. And the one thing I'll say about him, I've seen a lot of talk about Leno this and Leno that. Since Martinez has come in, we've actually looked better defensively with Martinez in goal than we have with Leno. And I know Leno's made some good saves this season. I know Leno's had some good games. He's also had some disaster classes this season that people seem to conveniently forget. The one against Chelsea at home where he came out like Superman when we were fully in control of that game at 1-0 up. And we ended up going on to lose that game. That's just one that sticks in my head. There's a lot of talk that people want him back in for the cup final. He's lucky if he gets back in as number 1 the way Martinez has been playing. So again, yesterday, he proved that he's a top-class goalkeeper. And I want to see him in the cup final. I think Arteta confirmed that. I may be wrong that he is going to play in the final. But going into next season, Leno needs to earn his place back. It's as simple as that. You don't just walk straight back in. And if he does, then if I was Martinez and Leno walked straight back in, I'd be saying, see you later. The disaster class against Spurs at home as well. Yes, I remember that one as well, Rick. And people forget all of these, mate. But as for yesterday, Martinez, 8 out of 10, man of the match. Without him, it would have been a cricket score, despite being 3-0 up. Let's move on to Maitland-Niles. Obviously, you guys that watched Guna Eagle Eye player ratings last night would have seen me do the back 5 anyway, including the keeper. But Maitland-Niles, I give a 6. Again, I thought he was pretty good defensively, but offensively yesterday he was pretty poor. Didn't really offer a great deal going forward, but listen, he's been superb this season. Playing at right back or right wing back most of the season. So yeah, for me, 6 out of 10 yesterday. I will be dropping as well. I might do it at 5 o'clock, actually. I might do it at 5 o'clock, do a season's player ratings. We're giving unbiased opinion on the players this season. The one thing I can tell you for nothing, Ozil ain't getting much of a score. Let's move on to Wifey at left back. My guy, my boy, the best left back in the league, apart from Robertson. He's not far away. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, Liverpool fans. I'm joking. But Tierney, absolutely quality again. I thought he was superb. He had a couple of chances where he could have maybe scored or set Aubameyang up, but he did actually score a really good goal. And it kind of went in slow motion, didn't it? It was like, what? That's gone in. But he scored. He set up Aubameyang for the overhead kick off a throw-in. Who knew he could throw the ball that far? Is there anything this kid can't do? I thought he was brilliant yesterday. But we did concede 2 goals, which is why he's only getting a 7. We'll come to David Luiz in a minute. Rob Holding, partly at fault for the first goal that we conceded from the penalty spot, because it was him that gave the ball away. David Luiz doing David Luiz type things and just 2-footing somebody. It's David Mustafi, really, isn't it? Let's be real here. It's David Mustafi, because he's given away so many penalties. It's a joke. We've conceded 7 Premier League penalties. He's given away 5 of them. And he's part of the process, apparently, that I have to trust. Nope, not on my watch. Holding. 4. Sleeping a little bit for their second goal as well. I do think that it was his runner. He could have tracked him a little bit better. David Luiz was completely lights out, snoring it up and everything, because he just stood still, didn't sniff the danger, didn't come across and block the path for the ball to go through. But 4 for Holding. Let's move on to Luiz. Let's go on to David Luiz. 2, not good enough. Absolutely rubbish footballer. And it sums up this football club to a T, that when he has one good game against Manchester City to get us into a final, and he was superb in that game, 10 out of 10 performance from him, he comes out with all that. Oh, yes, I've had a lot of criticism and blah, 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 blah. Mate, stop talking, start playing properly. Not good enough. And this guy, I'm telling you now, is part of the process. Yeah, but like I said, a lot of people keep telling me I have to back. We've signed this guy up to a new deal for another year. This guy's still going to be playing football matches next season. Yeah, buckle up. It's going to be another bumpy ride. Not good enough. Let's move on to Granit Xhaka. Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And again, another one who's going to be part of the process next season, when really he shouldn't be here. Don't care how well he's played recently. Not good enough. Yeah, for me, I want to win a title. I don't want to see people like Xhaka, Bellerin, even Mustafi, who's been pretty decent and been our best centre-back. Don't want to see him here next season. We have gone through the same cycle year in, year out, with the same set of bottle jobs that just capitulate when pressure's stuck on them. Yesterday, every time he got pressed, he flopped. Not good enough. Don't care whether he does one diagonal ball every 6 months. Oh, it's a Xhaka boom. He smashed one in the back of the net. He averages a goal a season. Yeah, who cares about Xhaka boom? Yeah, Xhaka off. See you later. 3 out of 10. Danny Ceballos. It's a weird one with Danny, because sometimes he looks amazing and then other times he looks crap. Yesterday, he did that in 90 minutes. One bit of play, you look fantastic. Then the next bit of play, you look like a baby giraffe. What is his problem? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. With that being said, I do think he actually played all right. I wouldn't say he was fantastic, but over the course of 90 odd minutes, he was the least of our worries in that game. I'm going to give him a 6. Let's move on to Joe Willock. Jesus Christ. Can we loan him or sell him or something? Because I don't get the fetish. I genuinely don't get it. Yes, he's not a bad footballer. Yes, he's young. Maybe it hasn't helped him the fact he was playing right wing back the other day. Then he's playing right wing. Then he's playing centre mid. Then he's playing DM. Play him in one position and just leave him there and he might get better. But yesterday, I didn't even realise he was on the pitch half the time, if I'm honest. And it was only when he got substituted, I was like, rah, Joe Willock's still on. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. 2 out of 10. Let's move on to Pepe. Again, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish yesterday. Showed a little glimpse here and there. But what did he do? Real talk. Apart from the cross that he put into the box, which then Aubameyang should have volleyed, but instead laid off to Tierney for the goal. Other than that, what did Pepe actually do yesterday? Yeah, and one pre-come assist isn't good enough for me to give him more than a 2. Rubbish, not good enough yesterday. Having said that, over the course of the season, I think he's been completely messed about. In, out, shake it all about. Let's move on to Aubameyang. I'm going to give Aubameyang an 8. His second goal was class. Absolutely class. And I think he deliberately meant to spoon that ball up. So if you look at the way his foot went when Tierney threw it in, he kind of bounced it. Whoever that centre-back was, I can't remember his name, should be ashamed of himself. Yeah, absolutely bottled it. Stick your head in and take a boot to the face. But Aubameyang, I thought, was decent yesterday. Gave us an outball as well a lot when we were under pressure in the second half. And yeah, I think he done all right. I'm going to give him 8 out of 10. Let's move on to the subs. Lucas Torreira. Bye-bye. You can leave this summer. You can go, mate. Not good enough. Yeah. I remember when he pocketed Messi. Do you remember that one? He's pocketed Messi. This is the defensive midfielder we've all been waiting for. Really. All he done when he came on was run around like a bull in a china shop and give away free kicks. The last game he played against Aston Villa, he was lucky he didn't get sent off. So Arteta subbed him. He's not good enough. And when people wake up and realise that this guy is not going to be at the level required for us to push for a title, let alone top 4 or anything like that. We ain't getting top 4. We definitely ain't getting a title with this guy. Yesterday, rubbish, 2 out of 10. Rhys, I actually think he done all right when he came on. The farm foods Awobi. People hate it when I say that, so it's now sticking forever. The farm foods Awobi. I'm going to give him a 5. I think he looked a different player to the one that I've seen in the last couple of games he's played. He was jinking past people. I actually forgot Lacazette, didn't I? How could I forget Lacazette? I forgot Lacazette. I'll come back to Rhys in a minute. Lacazette. 3. Not good enough. Not good enough. Runs around, works back, tracks back. Cool. Work rate should be a given. What did he actually do when the ball came to him? Not a great deal. Yes, I know he won the penalty. Does getting barged in the back constitute more than a 3? No. If that's how we're marking players because they won a penalty or they put one good ball in the box, then we need to evaluate how we rate players. I don't do that. I evaluate them on the pattern of the whole 90 minutes of football or the time they're on the pitch. Lacazette yesterday, 3, not good enough. Marginally better than Pepe. Rhys Nelson, as I was saying, I'll give him a 5. I think that when he came on yesterday, he looked like he had a little burst of energy more than he's had recently. And he was jinking past people quite easily yesterday. Maybe that's because they were opening up. Maybe that's because they were trying to get another goal. But I actually thought he put in an half-decent performance when he came on yesterday. And we shall see what happens. We shall see what happens with him because ultimately going forward, again, he's another one that ain't good enough. Yeah, he's obviously got some level of talent, same as Willock, same as Eddie, players like that. But ultimately, they're not good enough to get us to where we want to be or where I want to be. If people are happy getting 6th, 7th, 8th, cool, they're the exact players we need. I don't want 6th, 7th, 8th. I want 1, number 1. Yeah, if it ain't first, you're a loser. It's as simple as that. 2nd is first loser. 3rd is 2nd loser. 4th is 3rd loser. 4th is a trophy. Well, it ain't. It ain't really, is it? Let's be real here. Let's move on to Eddie. I thought he done all right as well when he came on, to be fair. See, I can praise these players I don't rate when they do something. And I can see why he squared that ball to Aubameyang. Obviously, he wanted to help Aubameyang get the golden boot. I feel maybe he could have gone round the keeper or gone a little bit further in the box and put a better ball for Aubameyang. But that being said, I ain't blaming him for Aubameyang missing. Aubameyang puts that in the back of the net most of the time, doesn't he? So I think that I'll give him a 4. I think he done all right when he came on. Thomas the Tank Kolasinac. Why is he still getting game time? Can somebody tell me that? And then if he is getting game time, we've got Kieran Tierney playing left back. We're bringing him on, Kolasinac. We're going up 5 at the back. So I know we'll put the dopey twat at centre back when Kieran Tierney has played brilliant at left centre back. What's that all about? What's that all about? I genuinely don't get it. Surely you'd put Tierney at left centre back and put Kolasinac at left wing back? No? Okay, cool. No worries. Kolasinac looked dopey when he came on, looked dopey when he went off. Not good enough. Gets out the club as well with the rest of them. 3 out of 10. I think that was everyone. Arteta, 3 out of 10. First 11 was 1 player away from what I picked. I picked Saka instead of Laka. And it showed in the first half why I picked that 11 pretty much week in, week out. Directness, patterns of play, ripping them apart, getting physical, jinking down the wings, getting balls in the box, scoring goals. Then, for some unknown reason, we come out in the second half and we were like a rabbit in the headlights. Maybe it's playing Watford. Maybe playing Watford isn't for everyone because we get scared in the second halves against Watford, home and away. What's going on? Why do we always do this? Then I think his substitutions were just unbelievable. You went to a back five. Where was Saka? Surely when they're coming on to us, you take off a player and you go, right, let's get Saka on the pitch, leave him up on halfway and just get the ball straight to Saka. Yeah, you then move Aubameyang into the centre. Yeah, and you can take Pepe off and bring Nelson on. Why don't we do that? That way you've got pace down the wings, you've got the banger in the middle. Get the ball to Xhaka or to Ceballos and ping straight down the wings like we did against Man City. They were coming on to us. They were coming on to us. We've gone with 5 at the back. We're sitting deeper and deeper and deeper. We had nothing, absolutely nothing going forward apart from Aubameyang every now and again trying to run it down to the corner flag. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. And I'll tell you what, Arteta's got a big transfer window coming up. And not so much with players that we need to bring in. For me, it's more about players we need to get rid of. Because if, like I said earlier, if Granit Xhaka, Hector Bellerin, Kolasinac, David Luiz, if they're all part of this process that I'm supposed to be trusting, I'm sorry, we're in for another shit season next season. But there we go. 3 out of 10. Thank God the season is done. We've now got a cup final to look forward to. There we go. Anyway, fans. Do you know what? I should do the fans for the season. Well, I'll do that at 5 o'clock. Well, 6 o'clock I'll be doing it. Fans get a 10 because we've had to endure this bullshit all season. Lee, I hope you're well. More ups and downs than my health. All for the ball now need to sort the problems that have been exposed all season. Thank you for your donation, mate. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to Stephen's channel, go and check him out. And listen, I see a lot of people saying about the board and this and that. I think like if you look at Arsenal, and you've got a point, we do need to go and spend money. Granted, 100%. But for me personally, I look at it and I go, well, the last 2 seasons or last 3 seasons, we're the 3rd top spenders in the Premier League. And we're the 8th best team in the league. That kind of shows what we're doing wrong. You know, people are laughing last season, this season, all blaming everything on Emery. Yeah, whilst he's part of the problem, and part of the problem we've got now is him, I get that. Let's not forget here, he didn't get his players. And we spent 140 million quid. Out of that 140, 97 million pounds of it is Tierney and Pepe. So a good percentage, 60% of that money nearly, was spent wisely. Yeah, so let's just chill out, man. Like, we do spend. We do spend. We just spend on crap like David Luiz. And then we got the barefaced audacity to go, oh, we'll sign you up again, David. Why? That makes no sense to sign that geezer up again. I genuinely do not get it. I do not get it. I won't get it. And he's going to be part of the process again. Thank you, Nipan, for your donation, mate. What are your thoughts on Arsenal fans bantering Liverpool after you guys beat them earlier this year? My thoughts on Arsenal fans as a whole, mate, is just embarrassing at times. Apart from you guys that come in here and show me love every day. The rest of them who sit on social media chatting absolute crap. I've seen people posting out all sorts of rubbish about Liverpool, about Man United, about Tottenham. Like, really? We're below Wolves. We're below Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yeah, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Yeah, we just about finished above Sheffield United. And we've got the cheek to sit online as a fan base and coat off other teams. Unbelievable. No wonder Arsenal fans get mugged off left, right and centre every season as the banter team. Yeah, because our fans online make us a banter team. At the end of the day, people say I'm negative. I'm not. I'm the most positive Arsenal fan out there because I want us to win a title. All these people that are accepting, I'll give Bellerin the armband. I'll give Granit Xhaka another go. Oh, Mustafi, give him a new deal. No. You lot are the ones that are negative that are all saying that because these players have failed under 3 managers. I demand better. Thank you for that, though, mate. And you sound disappointed. Well, are you happy that we're 8th then, mate? Real talk. Come on, Ravi, talk to me, darling. Are you happy that we're 8th? Let me read some of these HOTMIC comments out because I've left them sat there for time. Let's read some of them out. We were so poor in the second half, it was embarrassing to watch. If you play like that, Giroud to score a hat-trick. Yes. Big up everybody who is watching on HOTMIC. If you haven't downloaded it, we're only a couple of people away from 900 on that app. And like I said, later on today at 6 o'clock, I will be doing an unbiased player ratings for the season. None of this dodgy player ratings. I'm giving legit player ratings, yeah, based on a whole season. And there's only been a handful of players I look at this season that I think, do you know what, you're worthy of a half-decent score. Maitland-Niles is one of them, by the way. Maitland-Niles, he's had a wicked season. So yeah, he's. I'm not going to give the scores away, but I will be sitting by the pool in a bit. I'll be writing them all down. I'll be having a little look at some of the games that we've played, some of the cock-ups that these players have made, some of the good stuff they've done as well. But I've seen a lot of love for Granit Xhaka, completely dismissing everything he'd done before Arteta came in, which I just find baffling. I genuinely find it baffling. But there we go. Player recruitment and player contracts is our problem. Now we have Kia Jarabchin running the. It's like running the club. It's like the cartel. This fan base is an embarrassment, says Omar. Deeney was spot on about us finishing 8th, shows that what we lack, and it's sad. Yeah, listen, I'm only bantering when I'm putting Deeney getting the bin. Deeney was spot on about what he said about Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, when he said it a few years ago, we've got no cojones. And I'm only bantering when I put it in there. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's funny how things come back around to bite people, which is why I was putting it in the title or in the thumbnail. And that's exactly my point about fans. Yes, it's all well and good having banter. I get it. Yeah, we can all have banter. We're all football fans. How can Arsenal fans banter anybody who is sitting above us in the league table? I'm sorry. That is just, I don't get it. I don't get it. How can you laugh at Tottenham when they finished above us? They finished above us. Laugh at them next week when we win the FA Cup. Yeah, don't laugh at them now because they're running around celebrating 6th, because let's not pretend that you lot wouldn't be running around sucking Arteta off if we had finished 6th. Yeah? Oh, he got us into Europe. He might get us into Europe with a trophy. Then actually have something to say. Until then, I think it's a bit muggy. Yeah, I think it's a bit muggy. Mohammed says Arteta is a puppet, hence why he plays and wants to keep these players. Klopp has been Lovren and yet won a title. Arteta re-signed Louise. There you go. That's a Liverpool fan. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well. Hope the wife's well, mate. Jose washes up in 6th. Lol. Yeah, washed up manager. Who was below us a couple of weeks ago. In my opinion, that's being negative. That's being negative or positive or being naive. Like Arteta will fix our problems overnight. He needs the right recruitment and people behind him. There's no doubt Arsenal fans will turn on him if he fails to give him a chance. Callum, listen, I always appreciate your comments because you always go against me on everything, mate, which is funny. But listen, people say he's got to have time. He's been here since December. He's had a transfer window and signed 2 players that were injured, then gave him a 4-year deal. He's re-signed David Luiz. He played Lacazette for 9 games without a goal. He gets 2 goals and then he drops him. He plays Martinelli week in, week out. He's our player of the month in January. Then he gets benched until we play Olympiacos. He comes on against Olympiacos and in 2 minutes sets up the goal that should have won the game. You know, he persistently plays players out of position, you know, and I don't get it, mate. I genuinely don't get it. At the end of the day, he's had 2/3 of our season. People are forgetting that. He's had 2/3 of the season. Let's say half of the season because Freddie was in for a bit. The only manager this season that has played Martinelli, Aubameyang up front and Pepe on the right is Freddie Ljungberg. And that was West Ham away. And we scored 3 goals and all of that front 3 scored. Yeah, it's not rocket science. You play your best players. Yeah, we're accommodating a striker who can't score many goals for a striker who's just missed out on the golden boot by 1 goal. Yeah, I don't get that. We're playing Eddie and Nketiah up front because apparently Aubameyang can't hold the ball up. Well, neither can Eddie. Why are we playing him up front? You know, there's so many things I look at and I just think like, you know, it's not rocket science. That team that played yesterday, barring Saka instead of Laka, yeah, was my 11 for the game. Yeah, and it's no coincidence that as soon as he starts tinkering around with the team in the second half, that we start looking bang average. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. There you go. Need a proper season review. No sentiment. FC awards. Yeah, don't worry, I'll do that, man. I'm gonna give my player ratings at 5 o'clock for the season. Baku part 2 in pending. I've called it. Chelsea will batter us. Yeah, don't get me wrongly, he's made some very questionable decisions, but I just don't think Arsenal should be sacking managers every 6 months. Well, yeah, listen, it's a hard one because at the end of the day, he has only been here since December. But at the same time, I think that, you know, Claude had it right when Emery should have gone. Yeah, and a lot of us, including me, hung on to Emery. But there was good reason to hang on to Emery. Emery was the most successful manager in Europe for the 4 seasons before he came to Arsenal in terms of trophies. He got us to a Europa League final in his first season. Forget the score for now. He still got us there with a worse team. He got us to 3rd place for most of the season, and then we bottled it in the last 3 or 4 games or whatever it was, yeah? And then we sack him after 4 losses the next season, right? Which, cool, sack him, whatever. But then bring in a guy that's going to apparently be the greatest coach in living history, who's took us from, what, 10th to 8th or 8th to 8th, whatever it is. He's got a better squad. I know Tierney's been injured. Why has he not played Pepe week in, week out? Why is Eddie up front? Why is Aubameyang on the wing? Where's Saka been for the last, well, since he signed the contract? And it's funny because my boy Zach in the group chat I'm in said, soon as Saka signs that deal, well, that's him finished. He'll sit on the bench for the rest of the season now. He called it. He's been sat on the bench pretty much every game. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. And just because if we win the FA Cup, I know exactly what's going to happen. And this is why I get so frustrated, because it will never change. I want to win the FA Cup. I believe we will win the FA Cup. But don't let that cloud your judgment on this crap set of players that are at this football club. And like I said, if Granit Xhaka is part of the process, and David Luiz and Bellerin and Kolasinac are part of the process, don't get too excited for next season, because we'll be lucky to get top 6. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It doesn't matter who we bring in. If we've still got them players that I've just named there, playing games week in, week out, we will struggle to get top 6 next season. The top 4 is the top 4 already. The top 4 that's got it this season is going to be the same next season. We ain't getting top 4. Ain't getting it. We'll be lucky to get 6th. It's as simple as that. If he proves me wrong in that, then cool. I'll sit here and go, oh, I remember last season I said this. He ain't doing it, because he will keep Granit Xhaka. He probably will sign Mustafi up to a new deal. You know, when does this cycle of crap end? Do you know what I'm saying? Let's read this. Lee, last 2 seasons we have signed at least 2 youngsters, Guendouzi and Mavropanos, Saliba and Martinelli. Do you think we should do the same this window? Bruv, I've been so excited. Thank you for that, mate. I've been so excited to watch Martinelli. I've been so excited to watch Saka, despite saying I didn't think he was good enough at the start of the season to get game time. And he's made me eat my words. So I think he's one of the shining lights out of this crap season. But I just think that, you know, we should be looking down that route. Get rid of Xhaka, go and buy a 20-year-old, yeah, and throw him in. Yeah, and at the end of next season, if we still finish 7th or 8th, guess what? At least we would have been excited about watching somebody different in midfield instead of that donkey who can't do anything. Yeah, I've been excited watching Martinelli. I've been excited when Guendouzi came in. Yeah, I've been excited that Saka's been playing well. You know, I'm excited that Maitland-Niles has had a good season. Yeah, I'm not excited watching Granit Xhaka every week. It's a load of rubbish. Granit Xhaka wouldn't get into any top team in Europe. Not having it. You can't sack Emery for a manager who's never managed before. Suicidal decision. There you go. There you go. But people will buy into it, mate, because it's part of the process that we have to trust. Official talk started between Chelsea and Leverkusen for Havertz. Chelsea wants to complete the deal soon. We'll pay a 80 million fee, including add-ons. There you go. Well done, Chelsea. You're going for the title next season. Would you sign Danny Ceballos? Did you watch PewDiePie's Rajput video? No, I haven't. I genuinely haven't had a chance to do anything, man. It's been work, Rihanna settings. So I'm gonna get off of this stream. I'm gonna do my Premier League video, which will be dropping in about 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna go and sit by the pool and I'll watch a bit of PewDiePie, bro, while I do my player ratings for the season. So thank you very much to everybody who has joined in. Do appreciate it as always. Do batter the likes, and we are very, very close. Getting very, very close to 38.4k subscribers. So thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. Picked up 80 subs yesterday nearly. So Thank you very much for that on the watch along. Don't forget, I will be back at 6:30 tonight, not 5. It'll be 6:30. I'm doing a season player ratings. I'll be back again at 9. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a members stream at 7 p.m. UK time. And then Wednesday, I'll be doing a playoffs watch along. And then Thursday, I'll be doing another playoff watch along. And then the weekend, we've got the Arsenal watch along. And then I think next Monday is the playoff final. Me and Chig will be doing a watch along for that as well. So make sure you come and join in. Loads of content still to go. Transfer updates will be out as usual every day. And yeah, man, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.